Family, this is the one and only Humble Stunner. I said, what's up, family? This is the one and only Humble Stunner like no other. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. However you got here, I appreciate you. And we're about to jump into a new reaction video. And I haven't done a reaction video all 2023. So I know you probably seen our collab videos that we've been doing for basketball. If you do support those, thank you for tuning in for those. But we're going to jump into an interesting man of this world, Elon Musk. And you know, he has been dippling, dabbling and multiple things, and that's either going to space or driving in, creating cars or robots. But now the biggest thing that's coming out right now, and a company that he started, was Neuralink, which started in 2016, about a chip being in the brain. And obviously it hasn't got to the point for humans, but now I don't know what to expect. Let's dive into this video right now. By seeing that, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure, like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this channel. And let's get it.
Sake is one of our other monkeys typing on a keyboard. But now this is telepathic typing. So to be clear, this is he's not actually using a keyboard. He's moving the cursor with his mind to the highlighted key. Now technically, can't actually spell, and so I don't want to oversell this thing. But what's really cool here is
and it says welcome to show and tell. So you know, let's see what Elon got up his sleeve.
Cursor, using just his mind, moving the cursor around to the highlighted key, and then spelling out what we want to spell. But and then so this is something that could be used for somebody who's say.
I'm assuming this is two different monkeys. This giving like Planet of the Apes vibe right now. It's kind of weird.
Human, even before we make the spinal cord stuff work, is being able to control a mouse cursor, control a phone, and we're confident that someone who has basically no other interface to the outside world would be able to control their phone better than someone who has working hands.
What?
I think it's also important to show that Sake actually likes doing the demo, and is not like strapped to the chair or anything. So it's yeah. So
can I?
The monkeys actually enjoy doing the demos because they get the banana smoothie, and it's kind of a fun game. So. I guess what I'm trying to make is like we care a great deal about animal welfare.
Yo, he brought the iPad out, bro. What? And he clicked on grapes? I don't know what he doing. I don't know if they must be feeding him or something in his mouth. But that looks kind of weird.
And I'm pretty sure like our monkeys are pretty happy, you know. So as you can see, a quick decision maker on the fruit front.
This is evolution at its finest right here, like right in front of our face. Like you have a monkey communicating through a device, and it's not like the monkey rejected the grapes. It wants the grapes. You know what I'm saying? It's actually asking. So this is kind of scary right here, but it's dope to see as well.
For the first two applications we're going to aim for in humans are restoring vision.
Okay.
And I think this is like notable in that even if someone has never had vision ever, like they were born blind, we believe we can still restore vision.
We can stimulate neural activity in the brain by injecting current through every channel. This is important because it allows us to bypass the eye and generate a visual image in the brain directly. In this image, I've highlighted the calcarine sulcus in red in an MRI. It contains a map of the visual world, the visual field. It's about a surface area equal to a credit card on each side. One of the seminal discoveries was that every cell in the visual cortex represents only a tiny part of the visual field.
I feel like I'm in a science class right now. Like this is like basic things, but this is like they're going in depth with what their research is, and this just gives you the confidence that someone that can't see at all. I know vision. A lot of people have glasses, obviously. A lot of people don't have good vision over time, because obviously you just lose your eyesight, things of that sorts over time. And people that, like he said, are born without being able to see, when I have the ability to see, that's beautiful. And obviously, it's gonna be pros, but I just want to see the cons. And the cons is might be way worse. Obviously, technology is technology, but Elon's up to something right here.
Camera, the output from a camera would be processed by an iPhone, for example, which would then stream the data to the device, and the image would be converted into a pattern of stimulation of the electrodes into visual cortex.
What?
With 1,000 electrodes, we might be able to produce an image resembling something that you see there on the right.
So our first steps along these dimensions for our device is what we call the N1 implant. It's a size of about a quarter, and it has over 1,000 channels that are capable of recording and stimulating. It's microfabricated on a flexible thin film arrays that we call threads. It's fully implantable and wireless, so no wires, and after the surgery, the implant is under the skin and it is invisible. It also...
Oh my gosh. So how? Wow. 100. I'm just curious. What are the 1,024 channels for? You said cameras or things of the sorts. I guess we'll find over time. Obviously, we're not as familiar about just watching one video, but this is crazy. And it's invisible when you put it underneath your skin. What?
Battery that you can charge wirelessly, and you can use it at home. For implanting our device safely into the brain, we built a surgical robot that we call the R1 robot.
They built a robot to install this, man.
Only on the order of few red blood cells wide, and inserting them reliably into a moving brain while avoiding vasculature. So here it is. That's our R1 robot with our patient Alpha, who is lying comfortably on.
Oh yeah. Everybody, yeah. Move up a little bit, and y'all see, bro. We about to get for real. We going a whole presentation right here. Hold on.
This is what we call the targeting view. So what you're seeing is, this is a picture of our brain proxy, and the pink represents the cortical surface that we want to insert our electrodes into, and the black represents the vasculatures that we want to avoid. Okay. So this is another view, real quick. On the left is the view of the insertion area, and on the right, what the robot's going to do is it's going to peel the array, the threads, one by one from its silicon backing, and insert it into the targets that we predetermined in the targeting view. So there you go. That's the first insertion. So we're going to see a couple more insertions. The whole process of inserting about 64 threads in our first product is going to be around 15 minutes for this robot.
Since I joined in
15 minutes to install those, like it looked like you're putting cuts in your brain. Excuse my language, but that got me cringing a little bit.
So the way that the team solved this is by putting all three of these optical paths into one optical stack using photon magic or polarization, whatever you want to call it. And that enables us to do vessel avoidance in real time. So as I mentioned, the brain is moving, and where we place targets in the beginning may not be where you want to insert at the moment the needle is going down there. So the robot can actually detect the vessels and then determine if we're going to insert onto a vessel or not, if it's safe to insert, and then that way we can avoid inserting onto major vessels.
To lower motor neurons, we could stimulate those neurons, activating them,
Hold on.
in turn causing them.
This got me sitting up straight. Hold on, let me make sure my posture correct.
Here you can see a view from the R1 robot. It's a targeting view, and we've placed electrodes across many millimeters of the spinal cord. And the R1 robot is able to insert those electrodes deep into the ventral horn, into motor pool.
All I know is R1 robot that's putting the chips in your brain. They better master and make sure that robot is feeling okay that day. It has the best preparation before the surgery, because I'd rather a robot work on something specifically and is made for something specifically than a human that does different things. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather a professional and something stay in that profession than jump into different professions and try to work on everything than, You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody stabbing my brain and then doing heart surgery the next day. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense.
In very close proximity to lower motor neurons. This is important because it allows them to have a localized connection to those neurons and activate very precise movements. Okay, so here's a pig walking on a treadmill, and you may have seen something like this before in a previous Neuralink presentation.
What's on his legs?
But unlike before, this pig has more than one Neuralink device. There's a device in the brain, but there's also one in the spinal cord. And we can stream neural data from these devices in real time, and use them to do things like decode the movement of the joints of the pig. So here you can see on the left a time series of the hip, knee, and ankle, and we're decoding those movements.
So that's the end of the video right now. I know everybody watching this video like, oh, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying either, but I understand the creation and the vision that they're working on. I see the broad view of the whole point of what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? You see exactly what their intention is. You see how they have tools and they're evolving within, testing on animals right now. Humans, obviously, over time, 60, 70 years old, you lose the balance, you lose the eyesight, you lose most of the things. Your health decreases. But we don't really know until it really gets, put out there and have a live example. We're gonna have robots and spaceships and floating cars, driving a car by itself, and Neuralink. So we all see it's a dope video. Yeah, that's it. Welcome to Show and Tell from Elon Musk. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because that helps us. And we'll see y'all next time.